Porcello getting set to make his third start of the season, looking for his second win of 2012 on a cool, clear afternoon here in the Motor City as we welcome you to Game 2 in the series and Game 1 of the doubleheader today. The Texas Rangers and the Detroit Tigers getting together here at Comerica Park. Here's the starting lineup here this afternoon that Porcello will be facing for Texas, and it's presented by your Metro Detroit Chevy dealers. Ian Kinsler will lead off. He is the designated hitter. Elvis Andrus is batting second and short, followed by Josh Hamilton in center field. Beltre, Young, and Cruz in the middle of the lineup. David Murphy will get the start in left, and Napoli and Moreland rounded out for the Texas Rangers. The numbers on Rick Porcello, presented by Soaring Eagle Casino.
You know, the one thing that I've noticed about Porcello, not so much that he does not have that really good sinker the first 2 games of the year, because he does have that good moving fastball, but the velocity for Porcello this year, getting up to that 94, 95 mile per hour range that we heard so much about when he came out of high school.
By the way, if the Tigers combine for 3 or more home runs in this game, bring a copy of the box score to a participating Arby's location. Do that tomorrow and receive a free small order of curly fries.
Tigers defensively always presented by Beaumont Health System. In the outfield, you have Young and Jackson and Rayburn and Wright. Brennan Bosch is the designated hitter. The infield reads Cabrera, Peralta, Inge, and Prince Fielder at first, and Gerald Laird is behind the plate.
Well, it is cool this afternoon, 43 degrees right now, but the sun is shining, and that's the good news after a rainout last night. Tigers and Rangers playing a split doubleheader, 1 o'clock start here today and a 7 o'clock starting later this evening.
Wise decision by management last night to call that ball game, because there is no way we would have been able to play.
It was never really a heavy rain. It was just a steady rain that wouldn't quit. And there was no end in sight last night, so the Tigers under much better weather today will get it going as Ian Kinsler steps in for the Texas Rangers. It'll be Kinsler, Andrus, and Josh Hamilton here in the day game. And Rick Porcello is just about ready to go to work, the 23-year-old out of Morristown, New Jersey. Here's the first pitch of the ball game coming home, and Kinsler looks at a strike 0-1. 3 out of 5 in the opener with a double and a couple of RBIs 2 nights ago here. Kinsler, their dynamic leadoff hitter, looks at a strike called on the outer edge, 0-2. 9 RBIs this year for Kinsler overall. He's hit 4 home runs. Here is Porcello's 0-2 pitch, and it's a bouncing ball off the bare hand of Porcello. Barehanding it short Peralta, but he can't field it cleanly, and it'll be a leadoff hit.
Had Porcello let that ball go, more than likely Peralta's able to glove it. I don't know if he would have gotten Kinsler. Kinsler has pretty good speed, but let's just hope that Rick is okay.
Seems to be okay. Nobody coming out to check on him, but anytime you get a ground ball off the bare hand, you wonder. So the leadoff man is on for Texas. That'll bring up Elvis Andrus. Rangers pick up where they left off in the first game of the series, where they pounded out 19 hits against Detroit pitching.
Porcello throwing nothing but strikes. He also knows that he has to pay attention to Ian Kinsler over at first base. Kinsler, really good base stealer.
And he was bluffing, and now Porcello is forced to step off.
That's what happens when you vary your times as far as your delivery to home plate. When you hold the baseball a little bit longer, a guy like Kinsler, who wanted to steal, all of a sudden can't get a good jump off of him.
Quick throw, and they almost got him. Ooh, is that close?
Perfect throw as well, right down on the bag.
Kinsler certainly will draw a look. Twice in his career he's been a 30-30 guy with more than 30 homers and stolen bases.
Power and speed.
Here's the 0-1 showing bunt, and he lays it foul. 0-2 now on Elvis Andrus.
I was talking to Ron Washington yesterday, and it's not so much that the Rangers will steal a lot of bases, but he wants that thought in the pitcher's mind at all times. Just about everybody in their roster, including Napoli, their catcher, will attempt to steal. So it's not so much they will go, they just want that attention divided between the pitcher as far as the base runner is concerned and the hitter.
The other thing we saw in the first game of the series is they will be very aggressive on the base paths, period.
Steal third base. They played the game the way that Ron Washington played the game.
There's this thought that this Rangers team will slug you to death, but they do have an element of speed, which really creates matchup problems. Here's the 0-2, and it misses high. 1 ball, 2 strikes.
I like that pitch by Porcello, who is being led again here today by Gerald Laird. Just about every hitter that goes to the plate, they look for the sinker ballers down. But if you change the eye level and you call for a four-seam fastball up, every now and then you can get a swing and miss.
There goes the runner. Kinsler had a pretty good jump. G-Money's throw is not in time. A stolen base. It tailed a little bit away from the bag. Brandon Inge had to go get it.
It's a good exchange here by Laird, but Laird knows that he has to rush, and when you rush your throw as a catcher, that front shoulder opens up prematurely, and the ball kind of tails on you, and that's exactly what it did to the second base side of second base here. Nice catch by Brandon Inge.
So the Rangers have a scoring opportunity. 2-2 count on Andrews. And he chops one foul. Elvis 2 out of 4 in the opener. He had an RBI, also walked a couple of times.
That is the 5th stolen base for Texas Rangers in this series so far. They stole 4 bases in the opener on Friday night.
And we are only a game plus into this series. Here's the 2-2. It's low. 3 balls and 2 strikes on Andrews.
Excuse me, that game was on Thursday night, not Friday night.
These 4-game series tend to throw you off every now and then.
They will.
3-2 on Andrews. Infield single for Kinsler started this one. First of 2 here today at the ballpark. And the 3-2. And he walked him. So Porcello was ahead of the count. He ends up walking Elvis Andrews. We'll put 2 on now for the number 3 hitter Josh Hamilton. And an early visit out to the mound. Gerald Laird out there to talk with Porcello.
At some point in time while Hamilton's in that batter's box, if he sees 3 or 4 pitches, Kinsler will attempt to steal third, and of course Elvis Andrews will try to steal second on the back end of that steal. They're not afraid of opening up a base because their lineup is so deep. They don't really care if you decide to walk somebody or not.
Hamilton swings in the first, soft liner, foul ball, and Cabrera with a diving attempt at third base.
Good effort by the big fella.
Porcello had walked only 1 in his previous 14 2/3 innings, and he's picked up a walk in this inning. Here's the 0-1. Hamilton sends it high in the air, deep into right field, way back. Rayburn looks up. See you later. It's gone.
This is a dangerous group.
Wow.
This is a dangerous lineup.
They had 19 hits on Thursday night, and Josh Hamilton had just stroked a 3-run shot here in the first inning today.
Just what Ron Washington was talking about on Thursday, the fact that as a pitcher you have to pay attention to Kinsler, you have to pay attention to Andrews, and all of a sudden you don't make the quality pitch that you need to make to a dangerous MVP candidate like Hamilton, and they're on the board for 3 in the first.
Halfway up the seats in right field. 3 runs on 2 hits in the inning, and now here is Adrian Beltre. And a strike call. Beltre walked out of the box but was never given time by Mike Everett.
And you must stay in that batter's box until you hear the umpire call timeout.
So a free pitch from Porcello. Here's the 0-1. That's fouled away. 0-2. Well, we told you the other night, as we look again at this pitch, he just simply walked out. In fact, he was walking out and asking for time at the same time. That's ripped foul down the third base line. We were telling you the other night that this Texas team leads the American League in hitting. They are the only team in the AL that has a 300+ batting average as a club. Lead the league in runs scored as well. And that's back up the middle into center field. Another hit for Texas. Beltre takes the wide turn.
Not a bad pitch. It's a breaking ball, and it's down, and it's right on the outside corner, but a really nice piece of hitting by Beltre, staying with that ball, and he smashed it right back up the box.
Third hit already now for Texas. That'll bring up Michael Young. And Porcello would love a ground ball here to kind of get things back in order in this inning.
He has averaged in his career since coming to the majors about 2 ground balls for every fly out.
Here's the 0-1. And a strike called by Everett. 0-2 on Michael Young.
That's the biggest difference in Porcello this year and years past. He's now starting to throw that sinker ball to the outside part of the plate. He starts it off the plate and it ends up on the corner, whereas early in his career he would always throw that sinker down and in.
1-2. Young is sporting a 7-game hitting streak right now. In fact, he was 3 for 5 on Thursday night. A couple of RBIs as well. 3 runs in on the Hamilton home run here in the first for Texas. That'll get back out of play. Nice crowd here for this day game, and of course there will be a 7:05 start for the night game tonight. Temperature may be cool, but the sun is shining. Here's the 1-2, and it bounces in. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Rick now has thrown 22 pitches and has not recorded an out yet. Not the start the Tigers were hoping for, especially on the heels of what the Rangers did here a couple of nights ago. 2-2. And another foul back out of play. Here's what the Rangers will do to you offensively. We talk about their .306 batting average. They're also leading the league in runs per game at over 6.
But look at what they're doing on the road.
Bouncing ball back up the middle. Inge will throw to first, and he pulls him off the bag, and everybody is safe. Beltre avoided Inge, and Brandon's throw was high.
Brandon was trying to get a double play here. He forced Beltre into stopping, and he got him running back toward first base. Took a step back, so he figured if I threw the ball to Prince, they could get the out at first, and then Prince could throw the ball to Peralta to complete the double play, but an errant throw by Brandon.
Yeah, good throw, and they probably do have the tag play down there at second base. So the Tigers, who by and large have been playing excellent defense this year, have really struggled in this series.
One more look up top. This is the way you want to make the play. You get him running back toward the bag, which he did. You make the out, and then you hope to get the double play. But you can see that arm angle that Brandon threw from, that sidearm angle, and the ball just sailed on it.
First error of the game for the Tigers, so still nobody out. Runners at first and second, and here is Nelson Cruz, and he hits a ground ball left side, base hit. Here comes Beltre rounding third. They send him home, and the throw is cut off. It's an RBI single for Nelson Cruz. 4-0 ball game.
It's what you call a seeing eye single. One thing that Porcello is going to have to do, he's already 6 for 6 and first pitch strikes this afternoon, which is a good thing. You want to get ahead of hitters, but you have to make sure that when you're going up against this Rangers team that's very aggressive and they can really hit the baseball, that you locate those first pitches in an area where they can't get to them.
Murphy sends a ground ball, base hit into right field. Here comes Young to third. They stop him there, and they are loaded up, and the Rangers are showing no signs of slowing down.
The catcher, number 25, Mike Napoli.
Boy, can they hit.
Can't they, though? Another first pitch strike put in play and through. That'll load the bases. 5 hits, 4 runs on 5 hits, still nobody out. And now here's the 8th man to bat in the inning, Mike Napoli. Porcello is getting his ground balls, but they're finding holes, and the air has not helped. Napoli homered a couple of nights ago. He has now homered in 4 straight games for Texas, and this is exactly what Jim Leyland did not want today, warming somebody up in the first inning. Dwayne Belo tuning up.
How about Napoli? Hit 30 homers last year, off to another really good start in 2012, and he's batting 8th in Ron Washington's lineup.
That's the way it goes in Texas these days. All the stars they have in their lineup, and Laird goes down to block that one, 2-1. It all started with an infield single off the hand of Rick Porcello, and it's gone downhill since. Hamilton a 3-run homer. Cruz has knocked in a run. As you look at the numbers on Napoli, he has gotten red hot after a slow start. There's a strike on the outer edge.
Napoli was looking for a breaking ball. The first 3 pitches that Porcello threw to Napoli in this pitch sequence were sliders. So he was sitting on one of them. And Porcello threw a really good 2-seamer there.
Fouled away. 2-2 on Mike Napoli. Finished 2 out of 5 in game 1. 9 RBIs in his last 3 games, so he literally is their hottest hitter. And the 2-2 got him, strike 3. Boy, Porcello needed that, and Napoli is punched out of there, and the crowd erupts.
The first baseman, number 18, Mitch Moreland.
Good 2-seamer, right on the black outside. Nice job by Laird, ever so slightly pulling that ball right into the strike zone, giving Mike Everett, the home plate umpire, a really good look at it.
Here's Mitch Moreland now with 1 out. For as much as the Rangers scored in the first game of that series, they left 15 men on base. They've got them loaded up here with 4 runs already in. Moreland did not play in the first game of the series, batting just .130. And whistles that one foul back out of play, 1-1. Moreland just on Monday had a root canal performed, which kept him out of some action, and he's back in the lineup here today. On the list of things you want to endure, a root canal probably is near the bottom.
Especially during the regular season.
No doubt. Swing and a miss. 1-2. They're not much fun in the offseason either. Top of the order, Ian Kinsler waiting on deck. Got a ball loose in the outfield now, and Delman's going to have to go run it down. So Porcello now has thrown 35 pitches, the majority of them strikes, but the Rangers have done a lot of damage. Missed it high, 2-2. Rangers this year have lost just 2 games, 11-2 coming in. The Tigers atop the Central at 9-4. There's a bouncing ball under the glove of Inge into right field. 2 more runs will score. Here comes a throw to third, not in time. And the Rangers now lead 6-0.
As far as Porcello's pitch count is concerned, they're getting into that area where Jim might have to make a decision here in the very first inning.
Yeah, I think we're getting close.
And Brandon Inge slides for this ball to his left, and what he would have liked to do is obviously glove it, and he was thinking about getting the ball to Peralta and possibly turning a double play with Moreland, the first baseman, running, who doesn't run well. That ball should have at least been knocked down by Brandon.
Here is Kinsler, who attempts to bunt. Second time he's up there this inning. Started the game with an infield single.
They are relentless. 6 runs on the board, man on third with 1 out, and Kinsler trying to bunt him home.
It's foul down the third base line, 0-2.
I'm sure glad this team is not in our division. Would not like to see this club 18, 19 times.
Yeah, nor would I. They will stress your pitching staff. Seeing them in a 4-game series also adds to that. It's fouled back out of play.
And the teams in the West, the way that the Rangers are playing, although they will not be playing at this clip all year long, they better not fall too far behind Oakland, Seattle, and LA.
High drive, center field. Jackson on the run, still going, can't get it. 1 hop off the wall. This might get 2 more runs in. Murphy scores. Moreland coming around, he'll score. How about Kinsler, a triple to drive in 2 more, and it's 8-0 Texas.
Oh my goodness.
Haven't seen something like this in a long time.
It's a hanging breaking ball, and Kinsler just lifts and separates, and if Jackson can't run it down in center, no one can.
Second hit in the inning for Kinsler. Elvis Andrus looks at ball 1. 42 pitches now for Rick Porcello, just 1 out recorded. Infield is in with an 8 spot up there. There's a line drive caught by Inge, and Kinsler will hold at third base. Even that ball was hit hard. 2 gone. So we'll back the infield up now.
And had he played perfectly.
Here's Hamilton. Big swing there by Hamilton. Josh, of course, had the 3-run homer earlier in the inning. The 0-1 on 1 hop to Inge, who knocks it down, and that is finally that for Texas. But what an inning. They scored 8 runs in the first. Here come the Tigers. As we go to the bottom of the first inning, here's the Tigers starting lineup presented by Big Boy today. It's Jackson, Bosch, Cabrera at the top. Prince Fielder at first base cleaning up. Then you got Delman Young. Ryan Rayburn, who's got lights out numbers against Harrison. Peralta, Inge, and Laird follow it up. Today's starting pitcher for the Rangers, Matt Harrison, presented by Fox Chevrolet of Rochester Hills.
Well, he's off to a really good start this year. He has won his first 2 starts of the season, and he has a sub-1 ERA, does Matt Harrison.
The talented left-hander off to a really good start to 2012, taking on the Tigers now with a very healthy 8-0 lead. Jackson, batting .300 on the year, was hitless in the first game, 0 for 5, and he drives this one in the air foul down the right field line. And it'll get back into the seats. 1-2 on Jackson. An 8-run first inning. By the way, it's the second time already this year the Rangers have scored 8 in an inning. They did it against Boston.
They have already had 3 games this year where they have scored 10 runs or more.
2-2 on Austin. It's been that kind of start, and when you couple that with the pitching that they've gotten, that's why they're 11-2. Here's the 2-2 pitch. And a bouncing ball to third base. Beltre gobbles it up. And Jackson is out by a step.
Let's take a look at the Rangers defensive alignment here this afternoon, presented by Tim Hortons. Murphy in left, Hamilton in center, Nelson Cruz in right. Beltre, Gold Glover last year at third. Andrews, Michael Young at second. Mitch Moreland's at first, and Napoli behind the plate.
Here's Brennan Bosch. Porcello threw 46 pitches in that first inning. Bosch hitting .222. He's 0 for 4 in the series. Wave and a miss. 1 ball, 1 strike.
Baseball is such a humbling game. Porcello had a great spring. His first 2 outings this year, absolutely stellar. And then an 8 spot today.
Sometimes it makes you wonder. It just doesn't make sense.
It's a humbling game.
46 pitches, 35 of which were strikes in that first inning. So Harrison enjoying a large lead early on here. And he checked it. Didn't go. 2-2 on Bosch.
One of the things that Harrison worked on in spring training is throwing more fastballs inside to left-handed batters, which would open up the outside corner with breaking balls.
Wave and a miss. Down he goes. First strikeout for Matt Harrison.
Last year, left-handers hit about .270 against Harris. But that breaking ball right there to Bosch is unhittable.
Up and down this lineup, Tigers hitters have really had good numbers against Harrison. In fact, this current crop of Tigers is over 400 when you combine all the numbers. Here's strike 1 on Miguel Cabrera. .265 average now for Cabrera. 1 for 4 on Thursday night. And Harrison pounding the strike zone. 0-2.
Harrison's fastball for the most part will be 91, 92, but he can reach back and get up to 95, 96 if he wants to.
Harrison is 26 years old, out of Creedmoor, North Carolina. Now the 1-2. Fouled back by Cabrera. 14-game winner last year. ERA of 3.39. Made 30 starts in that Texas rotation.
That's a really good ERA for pitching in that ballpark.
No kidding. There's a ground ball to third, scooped up there by Beltre. And Cabrera's out. It's a 1-2-3 inning for Matt Harrison. We go to the second. second inning, and Rick Porcello hoping for a much better second inning. He threw 46 pitches in the first, and he starts off with a breaking ball high. Adrian Beltre singled, scored a run. He's followed by Michael Young and Nelson Cruz. 1-0 pitch is hammered to left field, and it's down. Delman goes over to get it on the warning track. He's going to try for two. Here comes the throw to second base. He's in there standing up with a double.
They are hitting everything, literally. In the very first inning, Porcello came out pounding the strike zone with a lot of fastballs, very aggressive with his two-seamer. And the Rangers kind of had their way with him in the first inning. So he comes out in the second inning and throws a couple of breaking balls to lead Beltre off, the second of which is smashed in the left field for a double.
Fourth double of the year for Beltre. It's like they know what's coming. And now is Beltre hurt? He turned on the Jets rounding first, smelling a double.
He held that left hamstring after he got to second base. Ron Washington out at second base with their trainer, Jamie Reed. You can't really tell anything by him running. It's only when he gets to second base does he pull up and hold the left hamstring. Andy Dirks is dealing with a little bit of a hamstring strain right now himself on the Tigers side.
We're going to take him out of the game.
Well, it's the right thing to do. It's a long, long season.
So Beltre will depart. Alberto Gonzalez will come on to pinch run at second base.
Number 14, Alberto Gonzalez.
Beltre will lead the game with a single and a double and an apparent hamstring problem. Speaking of Dirks, by the way, they don't expect him to be ready to play anytime in the series, only in an emergency situation, probably looking more toward next week. There's a ground ball right back up the middle into center field. This is unbelievable. They're going to hold Gonzalez at third. He'll stop there. Through the box, Michael Young has a solid single to center. By the way, this game is available in stunning high definition on Fox Sports Detroit HD. It's sponsored by Xfinity from Comcast. 9 hits for Texas. And now Nelson Cruz. Ball 1 to Cruz. Singled, knocked one in, scored a run back in the first. Ground ball back up the middle. That's going to get through a base hit. Gonzalez comes around to score. And a nightmare scenario for Jim Leyland continues here.
I don't think I've ever seen Rick Porcello hit as hard as he's being hit today. Granted, some of them are ground balls, but they're hitting the ball really hard.
Cruz gets his second hit and his second RBI. Jeff Jones in contact with the bullpen where Dwayne Belo is warming up.
Maybe a little late now, but Porcello probably should have made a couple of these Rangers move their feet by throwing some balls down inside, make some guys uncomfortable, because they're really comfortable right now.
Well, Rick Porcello is going to be done for the afternoon. He does not survive the second. Wallside windows pitching change. Here comes Dwayne Belo, and we will be back. Second inning. By the way, you can vote for your Tigers McDonald's Player of the Game, presented by the Angus Third Pounder Deluxe. Using your cell phone, text Tigers followed by a space and the player's uniform number to 37338, or vote online at foxsportsdetroit.com. Well, it's been a punch in the gut. Rick Porcello is bounced out of the game. 10 hits, 9 runs, still responsible for the 2 men on base, and Dwayne Belo has come out of the pen here in the second. 3 more hits to begin this inning for Texas.
4th appearance now for Belo. He has not been scored upon. He worked in Thursday night's game as well. Belo has a fastball anywhere from 89 to 92. Slider, changeup, throws a lot of strikes.
1 ball and 1 strike on David Murphy. A single run scored in the first inning. And Belo delivers another strike, 1-2. The Britain, Michigan native, Dwayne Belo. Swing and a miss. How about that? 1 gone. Here are the numbers on Rick again. Responsible for the 2 men on base. 3rd time in his career allowing 8 or more runs. 8 of the 9 so far earned runs. One of those days after 2 really good ones to start the year. Driven in the air by Mike Napoli. Deep right center field. Jackson looking up, and he makes the catch. He ran a long way to get to that
ball. That ball was drilled off the bat of Mike Napoli, and there's some wind up there that's blowing out to right field, but that is probably one of the deepest parts of this ballpark other than straightaway center field.
There's the stiff wind blowing out toward right today. I mean, the flags are starched, all of them at the ballpark. Here's Mitch Moreland. No balls, 1 strike. Where does that ball land if Napoli hits that thing in the middle of August in Texas?
Way over their bullpen for sure.
No doubt.
They've got that jet stream that runs out to right center field.
There's another base hit to center. They're going to stop the runner at 3rd base as Jackson fires it back in.
They're swinging the bats here today and on Thursday like they're playing in midsummer in Texas.
So Moreland out of the number 9 spot at the lineup has his 2nd hit. It's going to bring up Ian Kinsler. 11 Texas hits. They had 19 in that first game, and 11 more today. Kinsler has 2 of them. Started the game with an infield single and then tripled in 2 last inning.
It's not every day that you see the leadoff hitter coming to the dish for the 3rd time in just the 2nd inning.
Long day at the office, or a short day, whatever way you look at it, for Rick Porcello today. The 0-1 is outside from Belo. 1 ball, 1 strike. Now the 1-1 to Kinsler. Checked it, strike called. 1-2. Driven in the air to center. Jackson is on the move. We'll get to this one in the gap. And that is that for Texas. So the Rangers continue to score here against the Tigers. 9-0. problem is the Rangers have put up 9 in the first 2 innings. Here come the Tigers now in the bottom of the second. It'll be Fielder, Young, and Rayburn facing Matt Harrison, who delivers high and away 1-0. New third baseman is Alberto Gonzalez. He stays in the game after pinch running for Adrian Beltre. There's a strike called on Prince. 1 ball, 1 strike. Fielder to be followed by Young and then Rayburn. Prince hitting .354. He's hit a couple of home runs this year. And a ball inside from Harrison. 2-1 the count. Fielder 1 for 3 in the opener. The 2-1 pitch is on the ground to the right side. Young bobbled it momentarily, but makes the play. 4 up, 4 down against Harrison. Well, the Bernstein advantage brings you the scouting report on the Rangers pitching staff. Get the Bernstein advantage. We go to bat for you, and their starters. Well, look at this. They are 9-0. ERA a shade over 2. So much is made about the offense, and deservedly so, especially today. But their pitching has also been up to the task.
They are clicking on all cylinders the very first 2 weeks of the season.
Here's Delman Young. The last Texas starting pitcher to get a loss was C.J. Wilson against Seattle September the 16th of last year. So it's been a while since one of their starters suffered a setback. C.J. Wilson no longer on the team. He's at Anaheim these days. There's a ground ball to short. Routine for Andrews.
That is something that Harrison has done a very nice job of this year, and that's getting the opposing team's batters to hit the ball on the ground. Already 4 ground outs in the game, and he came in averaging 4 ground outs for every fly ball this season.
Well, he's gotten 5 outs in this game, and the Tigers now will send Ryan Rayburn out there looking for their first base runner, and a ball outside.
And Ryan Rayburn with really good career numbers against Harrison, and for that matter really good numbers against the Rangers overall.
Yeah, but his numbers against Harrison are just, I mean, remarkable. 8 for 12 with 7 RBIs and a couple of homers. So you compute that out, it's a .667 average against the Texas lefty. The 2-0. Pops this one in the air. Right field. Moving toward the line is Cruz. In fair territory. It's a 1-2-3 inning. You're watching Tigers baseball on Fox Sports Detroit today. Presented by Bell Tire. And stability since 1849. Jeep. Visit Jeep.com to learn more. And by Capri Sun, no artificial colors, flavors, or preservatives. Back here in downtown Detroit at Comerica Park, Dwayne Belo back to work as we go to the top of the third. It's 9-0 Texas in game one of this day-night doubleheader here at the ballpark. Rangers got 8 in the first. They bounced out Porcello in the second with another run. Elvis Andrus is leading it off. And he chops it foul at home plate. Andrus, Hamilton, then Gonzalez.
As well as the Texas Rangers are swinging the bats this year, Elvis Andrus really has gotten off to a slow start. .240 batting average for the talented shortstop.
Here's the 0-2 pitch. Ball high, 1-2 on Elvis Andrus. Walked and scored around the first and lined out to, well, that was the second out of that first inning. Hamilton made the final out. That's popped up. Let's see if Prince has room. Coming hard, and he gets there. One gone. Time for a game break now. We go back to the studio. Here's Shannon Hogan.
The center fielder, Josh Hamilton.
All right, Shannon, thank you. Here it is 9-0 in favor of Texas. One out in the third, and Josh Hamilton steps in. Belo so far has done a nice job of kind of settling this game down a little bit. 11 hits for Texas already. Here's the 0-1. Strike called on Hamilton. 0-2. Hamilton came into this game a .351 career hitter here at Comerica. So despite the dimensions, he's been able to put up some good numbers in this ballpark. Especially before they moved the outfield fences in. Hitters rather just hated coming here. Hitters turned into haters, to be honest with you, about this ballpark because it was just too cavernous.
It sure was. Yeah, but this guy is one of the best all-around players in the game of baseball today. He can do everything on a baseball field, literally.
Swing and a miss, and Belo fans it. 2 outs. Second strikeout for Dwayne.
Well-located breaking ball at the bottom of the strike zone. Disguises it very nicely. It looks like it's going to be a little higher, about knee high if you're Hamilton, and by the time you take your swing, the bottom fell out of that slider.
Gonzalez gets his first at bat and rolls a single into left.
Texas Rangers love that first pitch.
Pitch ran for Adrian Beltran. His first at bat of the game results in a 2-out single.
No such thing as working a count for Texas Rangers batters.
They simply are in attack mode from the get-go. Here's Michael Young. Belo delivers a strike. Lane tossed 2 1/3 scoreless innings back on April 7th against the Red Sox, and that was his first major league victory. The 0-1. Bouncing ball slowly toward third. Belo has to go off the glove, and he has no play. Even when they don't hit it hard, the Rangers are finding a way to get on base.
I don't think Cabrera gets Michael Young at first base, even if Belo doesn't touch this ball. As deep as Cabby was playing, he would have had no play on Michael.
So Young has his second hit. 13th hit of the game for Texas. Here's Nelson Cruz. He's 2 for 2, 2 RBIs. Ball 1 from Belo. Cruz now with 10 RBIs this year. Belo made a big league roster for the first time on opening day this year. Now the 1-0. Swing and a miss. Cruz had a rip. 1 ball, 1 strike. 9-4 record, a little bit over 3 in the ERA column at Toledo last year. Here's the 1-1. Checked it, went around. 1-2 on Cruz. And Belo showing the importance of having a long guy. This is a great example of, especially in game 1 of a doubleheader where you need a guy to come out now and eat some innings. And Belo gives you the ability to do that. Porcello knocked out of the game in the second. Here's the 1-2. Got him, strike 3. Inning over. Second strikeout of the inning for Dwayne Belo. They strand a couple. We go to the bottom of the third. Afternoon. Tigers facing another lefty in Matt Harrison today. They've seen quite a few of those this year, and we'll get to the team numbers. .270 team batting average for the Tigers, 6-0 record against left-handed starters. So they've done some good work against lefties. They've seen a lot of them, but they'll need to do some really good work today. That's hammered to center field off the bat of Peralta, and a running catch for Josh Hamilton.
I was talking about Hamilton last half inning when he was hitting, and there's nothing he can't do on a baseball field. He's a really good center fielder, although he plays left field a lot. He has a good arm, great range, hits for power, hits for average, and he can steal your base. The only other player that I would compare him to, Mario, as far as all-around tools in the game is maybe Matt Kemp in Los Angeles.
I would agree with that. And he's a really good player, too. The one thing they're trying to get him to do is dial it back a little bit because he has been injury prone. Diving around in the outfield, diving into the base at first. He's done that a few times this year. They need to keep him healthy.
How do you walk away from, well, not, he didn't walk away from the game for 3 years.
Slow roller towards short. Andrews gobbles it up.
But he had some off the field issues, did Hamilton, which led to him not being able to play for 3 years. 3 years. And then you come back and perform like this in the major leagues.
I guess the succinct answer to that is he's supremely talented. I don't know any other way to explain it. Not too many guys like him.
You shut it down for 3 years, most guys have to go to the house for good.
They do. But he not only has come back, but he's been an MVP.
Yes.
Pretty impressive. Gerald Laird is 6 for 12 this year offensively. Looking for that first Tigers hit of the game today. Harrison has mowed through the first 8. Here's the 1-1. Laird takes high, 2-1.
If you're Mike Maddox, the one thing that you kind of worry about when your pitcher gets spotted 8 runs in the first inning is whether they'll come out and continue to pitch their game. Harrison's still very young at 26 years old, but continues to use all of his pitches, not just pumping fastballs in there. He's using the changeup. He's using the good sinker and the changeup. And so far pitching a really good game.
And it's 3-2. Well, he started Game 7 of the World Series last year for the Texas Rangers. Lasted 4 innings in that game, giving up 3 earned runs. Swing and a miss. Laird goes down. It's a 1-2-3 inning. 9 up, 9 down against Harrison, who has his second strikeout of the game. Murphy, Napoli, Moreland coming up. Darby's value menu will have you coming back for more without emptying your wallet. And by AT&T, the nation's largest 4G network. AT&T, rethink possible. Well, the Rangers jumping out to a big lead in this one. They scored a ton of runs for the first, 8 to be exact. They added 1 more in the second. They lead 9-0. And Dwayne Belo called into duty early in this one. Will face the Rangers in the 4th. David Murphy leads it off. And he looks at ball 1. Murphy in this game, a strikeout and a single. He has scored a run. That sails outside. 2 balls, no strikes on David Murphy. 9 runs, 13 hits for Texas. No runs, no hits for the Tigers. Napoli and Moreland to follow. 7, 8, 9 in the Texas lineup. That's fouled away. Murphy came in 2 for his previous 17. Fouled away again. 2 balls, 2 strikes. This, of course, is a rematch of the ALCS from last year, and Murphy did good work against the Tigers in the ALCS. 7 for 17 in that series. .412 batting average. He's got that wiry build. Here's the 2-2. It's low, 3-2. Velo came on in the second and has not allowed a run since coming on. There's a slow roller towards second base. Inge goes sliding down, comes up throwing, not in time. Pulled him off the bag, said Paul Schreiber.
Inge is still learning second base, and for him to make this play, it might have been better had he stayed on his feet, and then once he made the play by getting there, jumped in the air and turned around and then tried to get the out that way versus leaving his feet sliding and then coming up throwing sidearm. Good range to get there, but I think he'd have been better served by staying up.
So the leadoff man is on. Here's Napoli. Strike one. It's another hit for Texas, their 14th. Napoli is 0 for 2, although he hit a ball a ton back in the second that Jackson ran down in the gap. Chopper back to the mound, knocked down by Velo. That'll take care of any double play chance. They'll get the out at first.
Even when they get the ground ball on a ball that they should turn two with, they just can't make the play.
It's been that kind of day.
It also happened in the first inning when Porcello was on the mound. There was that ball to Brandon that possibly could have been a double play, but Inge was given an error on the play, and of course the Rangers just kept it rolling after that.
Yeah, you can play shoulda, woulda, coulda all you want, but if he does get that double play in the first for Porcello, I think it's a much different inning.
No question.
Here's Mitch Moreland.
But Porcello would be the first to tell you that he didn't perform today the way that he normally performs.
1-0 on Moreland, who singled in a couple of runs in the first. He is 2 for 2. Here is Belo's 1-0 pitch. Swing and a miss. Mitch Moreland spent his first full season in the major leagues last year and had a nice year playing first base for Texas. 16 homers, knocked in 51.
A couple of years ago, the Rangers traded Justin Smoke to the Seattle Mariners. Very talented switch hitter with power, which kind of opened the door up for Moreland.
It was a Cliff Lee deal, I think, wasn't it?
It was.
Yeah. 2-1. Into the glove on the foul tip. 2 balls, 2 strikes to Moreland.
How good would this team be had they been able to sign Cliff Lee last year when he was a free agent, but he decided to go play for the Phillies? You don't know if there would be a Yu Darvish, but how good would they be?
I'd be willing to guess there wouldn't be a Yu Darvish, but awfully good, I guess, is the answer to your question. That's down the line. Young runs out of room.
The Texas Rangers are so good that they can take bullpen pieces, as they did last year in Alexi Ogando, and put him in the starting rotation, where he made an all-star team, and then move him back to the bullpen this year to pitch the 7th inning, and take their closer, Neptali Feliz, who we'll see tonight, from the closer's role and put him in the rotation. I mean, how good can you be to tinker that much with your starters and your relievers?
A lot of depth. That's it to the first baseman. Fielder wins the race to the bag.
Hey fans, Fox Saturday Baseball returns today when the Yankees will be in Fenway Park to take on Adrian Gonzalez and the struggling Boston Red Sox in the first series of the season between two of sports' most bitter rivals. Fox Saturday Baseball returns today at 3:30 p.m. Eastern.
Struggling indeed. Both Sox 4-9 entering play today. How about Baltimore leading the East?
Yep. But Boston has that kind of team. They have so many really good pieces in a Pedroia, in a Gonzalez, in an Ortiz that can show up at any point in time and really give you a nice effort.
Popped him up right side of the infield. The grass goes in, and that is that for Texas. We go to the bottom of the fourth. Still 9-0 Rangers.
Okay, Detroit, time once again for the Dunkin' Donuts race, and here are.
Sometimes you make a deal, Rod, that really ends up restocking your organization, but sometimes you make a deal and not only do you restock it, but you get some pretty good starters in return.
Yeah, a few years ago, Texas Rangers traded Mark Teixeira to the Atlanta Braves and got these 3 players in return, along with a couple of other guys.
Jackson hits one toward left field and hits it well. This one is way back there, and it's gone. First hit, first run for the Tigers. It's a Jackson homer. That's something for the home crowd to cheer about.
Jackson has the ability to hit you 20 home runs. He has that kind of bat quickness, and he gets himself a cut fastball that is kind of getting inside. But look at Jackson's hands right here. How he pulls his hands inside nicely. That gets the barrel over the heart of the plate, and he drilled that ball into the bullpen out there.
Jackson's 3rd home run of the season. Brendan Bosch is standing in.
That was a perfect example of keeping your hands close to your body. Look at the hands. You pull them inside, and you drop that bat head right in the strike zone. Nicely done.
0-2 on Bosch. Missed it outside. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Getting back to that trade we were talking about. So the Rangers give up Teixeira. They get today's starting pitcher Harrison, who's developed nicely. And they get the starting shortstop in Andrews. And they also had Saltalamacchia in that deal, who is gone.
He's playing for Boston, their starting catcher.
And their starting pitcher tonight in Game 2, Neftali Feliz.
But think about Atlanta, though. They only had Teixeira for half a year. They gave up all those players for a rental player for half a season.
So could that go down as one of the worst trades from Atlanta's point of view?
No doubt.
We're talking about 2 starting pitchers, because Feliz is now in the rotation, and a stud starting shortstop. Got him, strike 3, and Bosch walks out of the box. 3 strikeouts now for Harrison.
Because Harrison now more aggressively throwing left-handers inside with a fastball early in the count, he's been able to kind of get that breaking ball and get himself some outs with it, whereas last year the left-handers had no fear of the inside heater from Harrison.
Ball 1 to Cabrera. Always gets back to pitching inside, the importance of at least showing it. Right?
At least showing it.
Yep. 1 ball, 1 strike. Harrison is 26 years old. Here's the interesting number I read on Harrison last year when he won 14 games. When he had Mike Napoli behind the plate catching him, his ERA was 2.60. So for whatever reason, this combination has clicked. Napoli behind the dish and Harrison on the hill. Here's the 3-1. And it's in there, strike 3 and 2 on Cabrera.
And when Napoli got to Texas, he was not known for his game calling skills.
That'll get back out of play.
He was known more for the thump that he has in his bat.
That part of his game has not disappointed, but apparently his game calling skills has caught up a little bit. Good player in a big postseason last year. 3-2 pitch is lined over the glove of Andrews. Might be mistimed that or overjumped him, or just flat out it was too high.
It's an 83-mile-per-hour changeup from Harrison, who Cabrera has really good numbers against, and he might have just whiffed on it.
Yeah.
Ball was hit hard, though.
Tigers have their second hit. Here is Prince Fielder. Ball 1. First hit of the game, first run of the game for the Tigers in this inning on the home run by Austin Jackson. Saw the numbers on what Prince does after a Cabrera hit. They seem to feed off each other, and hopefully that'll be the case here. It's going to take quite a few more hits for the Tigers to get back into it. Grounded foul.
Before it's all said and done, they will be the best 3-4 combo in all of baseball. The numbers on the backs of their bubblegum card do not lie.
Man, Prince has a quick bat. I didn't realize that about him. You don't really pick that up when you watch him on television.
Short, quick, compact, tremendous power.
And the 2-2. Swing and a miss.
The pitch.
Got him. So that will be strikeout number 4 for Matt Harrison.
3 of the 4 strikeouts have been against left-handed batters.
Struck out Bosch in this inning, and now Fielder. Here's Delman Young.
Foxmore gave us a really nice look at that breaking ball.
In the air to center, hit well. Hamilton going back, looks up, it's off the wall. Here comes Cabrera. They send him home. And he's safe. Double RBI for Young.
One of the things that we know about Delman Young is that he loves to strike on the very first pitch. And he got a breaking ball at 80 miles an hour and drilled it off the 420 sign in straightaway center field, which gives you an idea of the strength that Delman has, because he got no help from the starter there, Harrison.
It's a 420-foot double. Third of the season for Young. Tigers begin chipping away here. They've got 2 back. Rayburn can get him a little bit closer. He flied out his first time up. That'll get back out of play. 0-2 on Rayburn. 2 runs on 3 hits now for the Tigers. First of 2 here today at the ballpark. 7:05 for the nightcap.
Look at this pitch by Harrison. He's quick pitching some of these Tigers batters. Very seldom do you see a guy with a slide step when there's a runner on second base.
Right. I didn't notice that. That was a good look at it. Here's the 0-2.
He also did it to Prince Fielder. Prince just simply took the pitch. One more look at it. Guy on second base. Delman not going anywhere, but a quick pitch by Harrison there. That's why Rayburn was tardy on that fastball.
1-2. Rayburn now 8 for 13 career against Harrison with 2 homers. Here's the 1-2. 2-2. Nightcap promises to be one to watch. Verlander and Feliz in game 2 of the doubleheader tonight. We'll have that as well on Fox Sports Detroit. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Harrison last year made 30 starts for Texas. The Rangers won 20 of his starts. They were 20-10 in his 30 starts. And his tip foul. Hey, just as a reminder, as you enjoy a cold one, to look forward to Miller Time later in today's game, brought to you by Miller Lite. Harrison came in with a 6-game winning streak. In his last 7 starts, 6-0, dating back to last year. Checked it, and it's ball 3. And the crowd just aching for something to cheer about. Tigers offense coming alive a little bit here in the 4th. Fouled off again. On deck, Johnny Peralta. Ninth pitch coming up in this at bat. And Harrison taking too long. Ryan steps out on him. Home run by Jackson led off the inning. 2-out RBI double by Delman Young. Picked up another run. Swing and a miss. Rayburn is out of there. Inning is over. 5 strikeouts for Harrison. Tigers get on the board though. It's now 9-2.
Porcello probably next time out will make a hitter or 2. move their feet early in a game, which would open up that outside corner for him. And some of these Rangers hitters, just like any other team, would swing and miss, but did not pitch inside today. And that's one of the things that you have to do, at least show inside against a dangerous team like the Texas Rangers.
And so Rick lasted 51 pitches here this afternoon. And back to the hill goes Dwayne Bilo, who took over for him back in the second. Bilo facing Elvis Andrus to lead it off. Ball one outside to Andrus. 9 runs, 14 hits today for the visiting Rangers. 2 runs, 3 Detroit hits. Andrus 0 for 2 plus a walk. And that's in there, a strike. The Rangers scored 8 runs in the first inning, and in their last 3 games now they have scored 42 first inning runs. There's a strike call.
Mentioned this earlier that the Rangers already have 3 games that they've played in 2012 where they've scored 10 or more runs, and they're 1 run away from doing that again here today.
And the 1-2 skied in the air to center field. Routine for Jackson. Andrus is out.
Hey fans, the Tigers face the Texas Rangers at 110, excuse me. All kids 14 and under receive a Detroit Tigers scoreboard photo frame. Call 866-66-TIGER or log on to Tigers.com. That's tomorrow at 1:10.
Here's a high pop-up left side of the infield off the bat of Josh Hamilton. Peralta drifting. 2 gone here in the 5th. Tip of the cap to Dwayne Bilo. He's doing his job today. Working nicely out of the bullpen. Came on in the 2nd inning. There's Gonzalez and his 2nd at bat after taking over for Adrian Beltre, who, by the way, left with a strained left hamstring. Strike 1 on Gonzalez. Here's the 0-1. Outside, 1 ball, 1 strike. That's lifted in the air down the right field line. Long run for Rayburn, but he's out of real estate. What a crowd here today. We were just talking about this before the break. I mean, it's loaded. It's packed here today at the ballpark.
Standing room only. Out in center field. They're standing about 3-4 deep.
That's in the air to shallow right. Rayburn has a beat on this one, and it's a 1-2-3 inning for Bilo. Well, the Tigers got on the board earlier with a Jackson home run. You're watching Tigers baseball on Fox Sports Detroit, presented by Bell Tire. First one in the second, and they lead 9-2 as we go to the bottom of the fifth inning in game one in this doubleheader. And the Tigers have Johnny Peralta coming up there. He'll lead things off. Then Brandon Inge, then Gerald Laird. That's on the outer edge of the plate. 1 ball and 1 strike.
Harrison is pitching. First pitch to Peralta, down and in, made him move his feet, and came back with a really good changeup, followed up with a really good breaking ball. And you can see why he and Napoli are working so well together. He's pitching.
He has 5 strikeouts. He struck out the side, although giving up 2 runs in the 4th inning.
2 strikes, always a good time to go inside. Good cutter there to Peralta.
2-2. Johnny fly to center back in the third, 0 for 1. Working quickly, the 2-2 is low, 3-2. And he got him. Strike 3. Peralta disagrees. 6 strikeouts.
He's been around the strike zone all afternoon long. Peralta thought it was down, and he may have had a beef, but he has given Mike Everett, the home plate umpire, a really nice look most of the day, but that one appeared to be well out of the strike zone.
Brandon Inge fouls it off. 93-mile-an-hour fastball on that last heater from Harrison. Inge bounced out his only time up. Waves and misses. Harrison's last 5 outs recorded have all been strikeouts. Did he go? He did not. 1 ball, 2 strikes. The amazing thing about what Harrison is doing today is that he came in as a starter against the Tigers 0-4 with a 7 ERA. He's given up just 2 runs here today. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Low, 3-2. Gerald Laird will be next. Ground ball to third. Gonzalez ranging to his right. Inge is out, 2 gone. That'll leave it up to the number 9 hitter, Gerald Laird. Laird struck out back in the third. One of the 6 strikeouts for Matt Harrison today. And he misses low. We know one thing about Matt Harrison. Last year against the Tigers, he pitched with a kidney stone. They were thinking about scratching his start. It was in June, but he went anyway and pitched through it.
I remember that.
And looks like he's got himself a 1-2-3 inning here. Tigers go in order. We go to the 6th. Which two major league ballparks opened up on that date? April 20th, 1912.
There were two parks that opened on the exact same day?
Same day.
Really?
Back in 1912. And we'll get you the answer a little bit later on. Meanwhile, here come the Rangers to hit in the 6th inning. The Tigers and Dwayne Bilo set them down 1-2-3 in the 5th for the first time all day that they've had a 1-2-3 inning. Michael Young leads it off, 2 out of 3. He's been on base all 3 times, though, reaching on an error in his first at bat. And Bilo missing outside. 9 runs, 14 Texas hits. Tigers 2 runs, 3 hits. Bouncing ball third base side. Cabrera has the high hop. Young is out. First time they've retired him. 7 straight now set down by Bilo.
Bilo is saving that Tigers bullpen today is what he's doing.
And Porcello was knocked out of the game in the 2nd, and Bilo has been on since and has not allowed them to score. Two singles, 2 RBIs for Nelson Cruz today. The 0-1. That's in the air to right field. Rayburn coming over. And there are 2 gone. 8 straight retired now by Bilo. To the studio we go. Time for a game break with Shannon Hogan. All right, Shannon, thank you. Still 9-2 here. The Rangers in the lead as we play in the 6th inning. David Murphy is 2 out of 3. Hits this one in the air toward left. Delman Young cruising under it. And Bilo's got himself back-to-back 1-2-3 innings. Tigers coming up in the bottom of the 6th.
Harrison attacked Peralta last time up. First pitch inside, made him move his feet. Couple of off-speed pitches outside. Then he came back inside a couple different times before going to the bottom of the strike zone with a fastball that appeared to be out of the strike zone. But just an illustration of how well he and Napoli worked together here and how they've worked together today.
Austin Jackson leads it off and lines one right at the third baseman Gonzalez.
Austin in that last game in Kansas City hit a couple of balls right on the button. Even though he is homered here today, he continues to hit the ball hard and not always getting something to show for it. I really liked his retooled swing this year, though.
Well, he came in batting .300. He is homered in this game, and that should have been a hit, but he hit it right at him. Bosch 0 for 2. Harrison has struck him out twice. Ball 1. Only 3 Tigers hits in this game, 14 of them for Texas. Broken bat roller toward first. Mitch Moreland. 0 for 3 so far for Bosch. 2 gone.
It's one thing to go into spring training and working on a pitch, but this is the one thing that Harrison really wanted to accomplish this year, and that was to crowd left-handed batters with firm fastballs. Now, he shattered the bat of Brennan Bosch on that real good fastball there.
Now Cabrera with 2 outs. Ground ball left side, found a hole. Second hit of the game for Miguel. .94, the top fastball for Harrison. Here's Prince Fielder. Tigers now have 4 hits in the game. Fielder 0 for 2. Harrison struck him out back in the 4th.
He is throwing changeups to the left-handed batters. Good breaking balls to the lefties. He's shown 3 really good pitches today.
This is something you touched on a little bit earlier in the game, but lefties against Harrison this year are now 2 for 26. That's an .076 average. Here's the 1-1, and Prince takes a ball down low.
It's something that he wanted to improve on because prior to this year, they really hadn't been that good, especially last season where they were hitting him at a .275 clip.
So it's 3-1 on Fielder. Cabrera chatting up Mitch Moreland down at first base. Foul tip, 3-2. This will give Napoli an opportunity to walk out to the mound now, deliver a new baseball. Talked earlier about how Napoli and Harrison combined to form a nice duo last year.
Right off the foot, the toe rather.
Slow roller hit to the right side. Moreland gobbles it up. Harrison will cover, and the inning is over. No runs, 1 hit, 6 in the books. Game 1 of the doubleheader today. It's all Texas. Into the game. Who will lead the American League in home runs this year? Is it A. Granderson, B. Fielder, Prince that is, obviously, C. Bautista, D. Pujols? You can enter your vote by texting ACE followed by a space. Then the letter answer to 37338. See final results postgame. Tigers Live. And here's some of the numbers from last year. Granderson hit 41 home runs last year.
On pace to do that again.
Bautista hit 43.
Pujols has yet to homer with his new squad out in Los Angeles.
You think he'll hit one sooner or later?
Yeah, he will.
He'll hit 35 sooner or later.
For sure.
Napoli is leading things off. Dwayne Belo, 8 2/3 scoreless innings out of the pen so far in 2012. He has done really good work here today.
And very economical. And with his pitch total as well. Only 60 pitches thrown by Belo, 44 of which have hit the strike zone.
And down goes Napoli.
Belo not overpowering, just kind of moving the fastball inside, outside, changing eye levels by going up. Good breaking ball and a changeup.
That is 10 straight retired by Belo. There is some action right now in the Detroit bullpen. Sooner or later he's going to have to come out of this game, but for now he's done a great job. Mitch Moreland the batter. Ball one high to Moreland. Moreland singled in 2 in the first, had a base hit in the second as well. 2 for 3. Good breaking ball, frozen. 1 ball, 1 strike. There's your activity. It's lefty Daniel Schlereth.
Daniel needs some work. Daniel needs to get back on track. He was very good second half of the year last year, but he's gotten off to a slow start. And after having an outing like he had on Thursday, you want to get back out there and get a positive taste in your mouth. And it looks like he might have a chance to do that today.
Here's a 2-1 to Moreland. Fouled away. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Mitch Moreland in the offseason had wrist surgery. It was an injury that was hounding him toward the back end of last season. Finally had it taken care of in December. The 2-2 is high. 3 balls, 2 strikes.
And Belo may be tiring just a bit. Most pitches he's thrown this year, 66. Most of the fastballs in this inning have been up.
Bouncer right back to the mound off of Belo. Barehanding Peralta. Got him at first base.
Nice scoop by the Prince. The ball made contact with Belo's body and was redirected toward Peralta. Peralta comes in, bare hands it, flips it over to Prince, and Prince picks it out of the dirt. It's a nice job right there by Foxmo of showing Peralta barehand that ball in the palm of his hand and then transferring it to the fingertips to get the throw over to Prince.
Into shallow left field. Delman Young comes on, and another 1-2-3 inning. Dwayne Belo has set down 12 straight Rangers. Two major league ballparks that opened up on April 20th, 1912. Of course, Fenway Park is celebrating a birthday. Navin Field in Detroit as well, which obviously went on to be Briggs Stadium and then Tiger Stadium. Two grand old ballparks, and of course Fenway of the two is the only one that remains. Harrison missing inside to Delman Young. It was Navin Field up until 1938, then Briggs Stadium, and it was renamed Tiger Stadium in 1961.
It was a special venue, historic ballpark.
You had a chance to play there, and certainly it was, I think, more unique than most other ballparks in its intimacy with the fans. There's a drive, and it's into right field, a base hit. What did you like most about playing at Old Tiger Stadium? Anything stick out?
Probably the fans. Fans are great. They love baseball, new baseball.
The box seats there were just so close to the action. So was the press box, for that matter. Here's Ryan Rayburn. Harrison now has given up 5 hits. And Rayburn looks at a strike. Ryan, a strikeout and a fly ball.
Did you ever get a chance to broadcast a game there?
I did, yeah. When I was with the Angels, I first started broadcasting in the big leagues, and I got to tell you, it was great that the view you had, but it was also scary with as close as you were to those foul balls. And you know, as soon as a foul ball comes to the booth, by watching me in action, I run.
And we're quite a ways away. I can only imagine what it was like at Tiger Stadium to sit there right behind home plate.
And you had to stay awake because of the left-handed batters, the angle of the left-handed batters. That you're okay with the right-handers, but when lefties would foul them off, they would come right into the booth. And
during television, you're taught to look at the monitor all the time, too.
Yep. High, towering fly ball. This will stay in the ballpark, though. Murphy coming over. That's why Ernie used to broadcast with the screen in front of him all those years. This is our vantage point here at Comerica Park. As you can see, there's a lot of room between us and the field,
which is just the way we like it.
Hey, that it is. But it's a great view nonetheless, and a beautiful ballpark here, Comerica Park. 1 on, 1 out. Johnny Peralta, the batter. He skies one. This is in the shallow left. Murphy says, "I'll take it." And he does. Two gone. Harrison has crossed the 100 plateau in pitches thrown. Let's see if this is his final inning. Strike one to Brandon Inge. A couple of ground ball outs, 0 for 2.
Tigers hadn't lost a game this year when the opposing team started a left-handed pitcher. 6-0. They are in jeopardy of that streak today.
0-2. Slow tap, and it's going to go foul. Harrison's season high is 111 pitches. He's at 104 right now. And as you mentioned, sometimes it can be difficult to stay on course when you're given such a huge lead as he was early on, an 8-run first inning.
He's been impressive today. Tigers offense has not really clicked on all cylinders beyond the first couple of games of the year.
That's driven to right field and caught by Cruz, and he holds on to it.
But you have to give Harrison some credit, and his defenders are working well behind him.
We've played 7 here at the ballpark. Nice play by Cruz. Brought to you by Bell Tire. Get the lowest tire price, period. Bell Tire. And by Toyota, brought to you by your Greater Detroit Toyota dealers. The sun is desperately trying to peek through the clouds today. For the most part, it's been a sunny day in terms of the weather. The scoreboard, different story, though. The Tigers trailing in this one as Daniel Schlereth comes in out of the bullpen.
They have to get Daniel on track. He has been in 5 games already this year, and he has walked 6. He has walked 5. And as a left-hander coming out of the bullpen to face left-handers on most evenings, you can't have 5 base on balls.
And so Schlereth making his 6th appearance out of the bullpen. He'll face Elvis Andrus to lead things off. Great job by Bilo. That's certainly a positive to take out of this first game. He came out of the pen and really saved the Tiger bullpen today. Andrus 0 for 3. Rangers had 19 hits on Thursday, 14 hits here today in game 1 of the doubleheader. Andrus also has a walk to his credit this afternoon. He swings on the first pitch and pops it in the air, right field. Rayburn circling back. 1 out.
We talked about it earlier. There's quite a bit of wind blowing out toward right field, especially on high pop-ups. Texas Rangers continue to swing at that first pitch. Only one other team in the majors swings at the first pitch more often than Texas does, and that's the Atlanta Braves.
There's another swing at the first pitch. This is going to drop in for a hit.
And they're drilling them, too. 32% of the Texas Rangers swing at the first pitch. We haven't even talked about their hitting coach, Scott Coolbaugh.
No, we haven't.
Who last year did very nice work as a whole with this group. And they're off to a really good start again. And if you think about the Rangers, just a couple of years ago, they had Rudy Jaramillo, who was a legend as far as the hitting coach is concerned in Texas. He left and went to the Cubs. Clint Hurdle came for 1 year. They went to the World Series that year, and then Coolbaugh has taken over. But the one constant is it doesn't really matter who's down there. They just hit.
It's always been that way, and they continue to do it. Coolbaugh had a few games in the major leagues, played with Texas for a couple of years, San Diego, St. Louis. Gonzalez the hitter with 1 out, 1 on. 2 balls, 1 strike. Adrian Beltre started at third base and on a double in the second inning pulled up at second with a strained hamstring. Gonzalez took over for him. That sliced to right center field, down a base hit. Hamilton headed to third base. He's in there standing up. So Gonzalez steps off the bench and puts together a couple of hits today.
This has been Slater's issue in a nutshell. It's a 2-1 count. It's a predictable fastball count, but the pitch is just too good to hit. It's up. It's right down the middle. Gonzalez gets on top of it and smashes it into the outfield.
Here's Michael Young.
You know, a lot of baseball fans, partner, have a short memory as far as Daniel Schlereth is concerned, but Jim still has confidence in him. Second half of the year last year, he had a 1.93 ERA in 20 outings. That's the Daniel Schlereth they're trying to get back.
And don't think he wasn't a big part down the stretch of what the Tigers were able to accomplish out of their bullpen. You know, certainly the sooner the better if they can get him back to that. He's behind here 2-0. Bouncing ball back up the middle. Peralta scoops it up, flips to Brandon Inge, and there's the double play. 6-4-3 on the twin killing, ending the 8th inning. So Schlereth gets the ground ball when he needed it the most. Ballpark, Matt Harrison will head back to the mound at a 9-2 ball game. The Tigers have Gerald Laird leading it off, then Austin Jackson and Brennan Bosch. And the first pitch is in for a strike. The 106th pitch of the afternoon for Harrison, who has retired 10 of the last 12. There's a strike called on the outer edge, and now quickly 0-2 on Laird.
What a game that this young man has pitched today.
Bouncing ball to third. Gonzalez has it there. Throw is in time.
Let's take a look at Harrison's day. And for the most part, he kept everything out of the center of the plate. Whether it was the breaking ball or the fastball or the changeup, he was at the bottom of the strike zone. He was inside on the black, outside on the black, and kept a Tigers offense off balance. He had a nice day and has had a nice day.
Jackson has hit 2 balls really hard in this game. The home run in the 4th inning and a line drive at the third baseman in his last at bat. 1 ball, 1 strike.
And those of us that watch Tigers baseball on a nightly basis, we know that the Tigers aren't clicking on all cylinders right now offensively. But you still have to give Harrison his props.
No doubt. And he has come out here and thrown a really good ball game, but one of the blemishes was the Jackson homer.
Well, Jackson got himself in a hitter-friendly count and got a fastball that didn't quite get inside, but Jackson did a nice job of really adjusting with the hands to make sure that he hit that ball on the barrel of the bat.
The 1-2. That'll get away from Napoli. Bounce back into the dugout. Jackson's home run was his 3rd of the year. Harrison now has retired 11 of the last 13. That's in the air to right field. Nelson Cruz under it, 2 gone.
The designated hitter,
Bring up Bosch. Since the start of the 5th inning in this one, the Tigers have picked up only 2 singles against Harrison. Bosch 0 for 3. Five hits total for Detroit. 1 ball, 1 strike. Rangers not only lead the American League in hitting, but they also had the best earned run average coming into play today, 2.38 as a club. Swing and a miss. 2-2. That's back out of play.
Sounded like he broke his bat.
He'll get a new one. Texas leads. The Rangers have not scored since getting a run in the 2nd. They had 8 first-inning runs. Tigers got their 2 runs in the 4th. Home run by Jackson, RBI double by Delman Young. And that has been it against Matt Harrison, who now has a season high in the pitches thrown category, 119. Another broken bat, little pop up, and it'll find a spot into the outfield grass.
That bat died a hero, though. Hey fans, Monday, April 30th, the Tigers face the Kansas City Royals at 7:05. The first 10,000 fans receive a Miguel Cabrera American League batting champion banner. Call 866-66-TIGER or visit tigers.com.
It appears that's going to be it for Harrison. 120 pitches into this game. Ron Washington is bringing the hook with him, I think.
More than likely, but
Game of 8 or more runs scored in the first inning. They picked up 8 of them here in the first this afternoon. Dwayne Velo, though, the star of the day for the Tigers. 6 innings pitched out of the bullpen. He threw just 68 pitches in that stretch as well. That was impressive.
Got the bullpen back in order after on Thursday they had to use Ballister quite a bit and also Slayworth in that game. The night off last night kind of helped him get it back in order, but Velo did a very nice job after Porcello left.
Meanwhile, Harrison, 120 pitches, goes 7 2/3.
Didn't walk anybody either.
And he'll give way to the bullpen now. And it's Koji Uehara, acquired from the Orioles last season.
A couple of moves that John Daniels, their general manager, made down the stretch at the All-Star break to bolster their bullpen. They also got Mike Adams from the San Diego Padres.
Cabrera, the batter, 2 hits in this game today, plus a run scored. Uehara saved 13 games for the Orioles back in 2010. Swing and a miss. This Rangers bullpen on the road trip has just about been lights out.
Well, they're hitting. Starting pitching's been good. Bullpen's been great.
1 ball, 1 strike on Cabrera. Swing and a miss.
They're 11-2 to start the season. Soon to be 12-2 if they hold on, which is the best start in their history.
Now the pitch, and it's fouled back out of play. They had the runner on the move. Bosch was going. 1-2 the count stays. Cabrera's only seen Uehara once. He's 0 for 1 against him. Singled scored a run in the 4th. Single did not score in the 6th. Pulled foul. 6 Detroit hits in this game. 2 of them for extra bases, the rest singles. Jackson is homer to the contest. Grounded foul again. Cabrera, in the last 2 games against Kansas City, started showing some life. He broke out of that 0 for 22 slump, and his batting average continues to climb. 288 now. Uehara missed it high. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Still in that time of the year where you can put together 2 or 3 really good games and your average will jump dramatically. Later in the season, not as much. Fielder waiting on deck. High fly ball left field. Murphy going back to the track, to the wall. It's gone. It made it over the fence. It's a 2-run shot for Cabrera.
He is some kind of strong. Most guys that would have hit a ball this high to left field, and he didn't really get it all that way. With the wind blowing as much as it's blowing to right field, the left fielder would have camped underneath it and caught it. But Murphy runs out of room.
And Cabrera hits his 4th of the year. It's a 9-4 ball game. Fielder batting now with 2 outs. Uehara has been prone to giving up those home runs. The 0-1 missed it high. 1 ball and 1 strike. Big swing by Prince. Uehara giving up his 13th home run since the start of 2011.
He's always around the plate. Throws a lot of strikes.
Swing and a miss, and he got Fielder to end the inning. Tigers get 2 back on the home run by Miguel. His 4th of the year. It's now 9-4. Four is our score. The Tigers getting 2 back on the home run by Miguel Cabrera. And Daniel Schlereth back to work. Schlereth got a big double play ball after giving up a couple of hits in the 8th inning. Nelson Cruz will lead things off.
Yeah, good at bat by Cabby. He was down no balls and 2 strikes to Uehara and saw 8 pitches. Homering on the 8th one. Yeah, but you brought it up. Can't keep great hitters like Cabrera down very long.
9 runs, 16 hits for Texas. 4 runs, 7 hits for the Tigers. There's a strike called. Cruz 2 out of 4. A couple of singles, couple of RBIs. It's popped up. Shallow left. And Delman Young calls off Peralta. 1 gone. Tigers bullpen today 7 1/3 scoreless innings. And no walks. Dwayne Belo doing the majority of that work. Here's Murphy. Pulled at first base. Prince has it there. Scooped nicely. 2 up, 2 down.
Hey fans, you can follow the Tigers with the MLB.com at Bat 12 for your iPhone, iPad, Android, and Windows Mobile. You get live audio pitch tracking, video highlights, and more. Text at Bat to 31826 or visit Tigers.com for details.
Here's Mike Napoli now with 2 outs. In their first strike.
routine play for Prince.
Way outside. 1 ball, 1 strike. Napoli is the only Ranger without a hit, and their only starter that hadn't scored a run.
He made his contribution today with the catcher's gear on, handling Harrison.
Driven to left field. Well, you can take that stat away. That's a home run. He has now picked up a hit and a run scored. Apparently he didn't like that I pointed that out. 2-out solo shot makes it 10-4.
There is absolutely nothing wrong with you reporting the facts.
He just adjusted the facts, that's all.
Although some folk don't believe that.
You mean some folks believe in jinxes?
Some do.
No doubter for Napoli. And by the way, he's homered now in 5 straight games. That's some kind of tear he's on. 6th home run of the year. Mitch Moreland, the batter, with 2 outs. First run given up by that Tigers bullpen. The first run scored by Texas since they got one in the second. Inside, 2-0. Fouled off. 2 balls, 1 strike on the number 9 hitter Mitch Moreland, who did not start on Thursday, gets the start today at first base. Has chipped in with 2 hits, 2 RBIs. Here's the 2-1. 3 balls, 1 strike. Should Moreland reach, top of the lineup, Kinsler waiting on deck. Three and 2. Napoli and Hamilton now each have 6 home runs this year, which ties Curtis Granderson for the major league lead. Shallow right field. The second baseman Inge goes back to the grass, and the inning is over. Last chance for the Tigers. We go to the bottom of the 9th.
More on defense, and it was Johnny Peralta a couple of innings ago that made a really nice do-or-die play. Came in, barehanded it, and flipped it to the Prince. And Prince was able to pick it out of the dirt.
So it's last call time for the Tigers as we go to the bottom of the 9th inning. And Texas now leads 10-4. Uehara back to the hill, and he throws a strike to Delman Young. Uehara came on, gave up a 2-run homer to Cabrera, then struck out fielder. Way outside, 1 ball, 1 strike. Well, and 2 hits today.
Looks like the Tigers are going to have to lean on their ace. Second game of this doubleheader today.
Pop up right side, shallow right field. Who wants it? Cruz does.
Can you think of a better guy to lean on, though?
Negative. Nope. Here's their horse. They're going to have to saddle up the horse in game 2. It'll be a good game. Neftali Feliz will oppose him. But the Tigers certainly want to get a win in game 2 in this doubleheader after, if they lose this game, dropping the first 2.
JV was unbelievable last year, of course, winning a Cy Young and an MVP. But he probably turned in his best work after a Tigers loss. He was 16-3 with a 1.66 ERA.
There is your matchup, courtesy of Gordon Chevrolet. Verlander and Feliz coming up in the nightcap.
So he'll have to stop this little mini 2-game losing streak, possibly. Still a couple of outs left. Stranger things have happened.
2-1 on Ryan Rayburn. Always thought that was one of the real mile markers that you could hang on aces, how they do after your team loses.
Yeah.
Very important stat. 2-2 on Rayburn. Ryan today is 0 for 3.
So hopefully JV got his Taco Bell in him last night.
I'm sure he did. Well, he could be doing it between games. Who knows? 2-2 pitch. Just swung out and missed. Rayburn retired. Second strikeout for Uehara. Tigers out of their final out.
Pretty good changeup there from Uehara.
Fouled back. Johnny is 0 for 3. Rangers are 1 out away from running their record to 12-2. That's in the air to right field. Cruz is on the run, still going. He can't get it. It's up against the wall. And a 2-out, 2-base hit for Peralta.
I know the stakes aren't as high, but that kind of looked like that play last year in the World Series that
no doubt
Cruz didn't make in the outfield, although he shouldn't have caught this ball, but that ball frees it over his head. Game 6.
Missed it by that much.
That's about how much he missed that one by, too.
Stakes, as you say, much higher in that one, though. 7th double this year for Peralta. He's been among the best in that category early on in the AL. 0-1 on Brandon Inge. 0 for 3 today for Brandon. Inge's lone hit this year was a big one, the 2-run homer that he hit in Kansas City, leading the Tigers to a win. And now Uehara is 1 strike away from nailing this one shut.
That homer turned out to be the game winner.
It did
that evening.
That's in the air left field. Murphy is under it, and the Rangers nail down in another impressive win An 8-run first inning, and they ride to a 10-4 victory here today in game 1 of the doubleheader. Tigers get a 2-out double from Peralta. There are your final totals. 17 more hits for the Rangers today. And they have won the first 2 games in the series. Back with more from Comerica Park.